Are you ready? Yins, both yins.
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Yins, that's Pittsburgh talk. John Peckman podcast. Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Beautiful downtown Portland. Did you find it okay? You come over the bridge, go through one set of lights, start looking left. And there it is. We are here with local legends. Two people today. Two people. How many people in the band?
Four.
Four. We have half of the Down the Hatch band that you might know from around here.
From Wallingford.
From Wallingford, more or less, but
Mainly from Wallingford.
playing around, yeah. We have over here, we have Mr. Joey, the world famous Joey G,
Yes.
Joey Gonzalez, lead singer.
Yes,
lead
hello.
singer, rock star.
On the world famous John Peckman podcast.
Hey. This broadcast makes it over the bridge. That much I know for sure. I don't know about the world. We have Mike Fernandes, guitar player.
That's it.
Right over here. Yeah. So Down the Hatch band. How long you guys been together?
6 years to the day.
Today?
Today. 6 years ago today.
What happened the day you just said we're starting a band this day?
So Down the Hatch has been together for probably 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Tom Porto started it with, he joined it with a couple other guys.
Yep.
And he was in it for probably 2 years, and then their guitar player left. He brought me in.
Okay.
And then I guess we were together for about 5 years, and then got rid of our old singer. And
Here he comes.
Here he comes. Here
Joey
comes
G.
world famous Joey G.
Yeah. That's awesome.
They called me the day after. The bassist, Joey Quaglioli, if I pronounced that right, I don't know. We just call him Quags.
Sure. Yeah.
The day after my birthday, 6 years ago, he texted me and said, "You want to come in, try out for the band in a couple of weeks?" I'm like, yes.
And you sang with bands before.
I've done lots of karaoke and sung with bands, like, one-offs here and there.
Wow. So you were like, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
do
mean,
this for
I was in a pretty low spot, and I was really happy. I was like, yeah, let's do this, because I got to get out of my own funk.
Yeah. Well, that was a good thing. You're a great singer.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm halfway decent.
Absolutely.
Nah, you're a great singer. Fearless.
Fantastic.
Fearless singer.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
afraid to try nothing new. I mean, we did so many songs. I'm like, oh, do I got to learn this? Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and then they rock. So
No one digs deeper than you. You're one of the deepest diggers.
yeah, the bar's already on the ground, and I just keep digging around it.
Yeah, I'd never heard of world famous Joey G. And,
Really?
We actually had a recommendation from Big Joe at Jake's, the bartender.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yep.
And he's like, you got to check out this guy, Joey G.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he would come to my karaoke every Sunday at the
Yeah.
barn after they got out
Yeah.
because of the stupid Wallingford Blue laws.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, I remember that.
got
We were
his
just
phone
outside.
number.
Just outside the city, and he would come down and he's
Wow.
like, "I'm telling these guys I got to call you." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Here's my number, man." And then
Wow, I didn't realize that.
yeah,
Wow.
then they finally got a hold of me.
Yeah, that's funny.
He was the second guy we tried out, and he came in. We played, Shimmer by Fuel.
Sure, that was the first one.
As soon as he sang the first line, I was like, "I got your bar singer."
Yeah,
That's
you were
it,
the
we're
dude.
good.
Yeah.
You go learn the rest of the songs and come back next week.
Great.
Yeah. They gave me a list of 50 songs. I'm like, I don't know this one, this one, this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Was there some kind of overlap? I mean, you must have known some of this stuff.
I knew the classic rock, the Van Halen. I knew
Sure.
I knew the 90s stuff in there,
Sure.
but then there's a bunch of like the punk pop I didn't know. I didn't know any Eddie Money like that.
Eddie Money.
Eddie Money, I didn't know Shakin'. I didn't
really?
know Take Me Home Tonight like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
plenty of songs where he was like, I don't know that one. I'm like, where have you been?
Yeah, everybody has gaps. Yeah. Well, I did a gig with, at least one gig with you guys one time.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything, hardly. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today, and I was like,
It's funny.
I think we practiced maybe one time.
Yeah.
And you knew like of half of the songs, and I would turn to you and I'd be like, "Right, do you know this one?" And you're like, "Yeah, no, like I got it." Like,
Really?
don't worry. Yeah, you were like, "I got it."
I was lying.
Of course you're lying. You're always lying.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
through
a
your
liar.
teeth, Peckman.
I'm a liar.
But that's what you do, right? When you play music, you just
Lie.
make it look like you know what you're doing.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
you hit a wrong note or you play a wrong thing, you stop too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how it was meant to stop. Right?
yeah.
We've done it plenty of times.
Yeah.
When the women came around, then we were outside that one time. The wind came. We were doing something, and you guys just stopped. I'm like, "What are you doing? I'm holding the tent down. I can sing
right.
and hold the tent down."
Yeah, well, I'm not a great learner of songs, I have to admit.
Me either.
I'm kind of okay. I probably learned half of them, and then
Yeah,
I couldn't
no.
cram the rest,
mean,
and I just said, I'll fake it.
It's drums, right? So it's all kind of the same thing.
It's all the same thing.
There's too many songs to learn. Too many. We have so many, and
Really?
I really want to get like into a song to like really want to learn it. Like it has to mean something to me half the time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh, you're gonna learn this song." I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, and it meant nothing, and then all of a sudden it means something. And now I sing, and I know, and I can sing it the right way because I know where it's coming from and what's coming next in the song.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to be at least.
Last band I had, that was the thing. It was like, if one person isn't into it, you just don't do it.
Yeah.
There's plenty of songs. You just go, you know what? I'm not going to drag somebody.
Yeah.
Or else somebody will be. You might not be into it, but you're like, but he's into it, and I like him, so we'll just.
Yeah.
We'll do this. We'll do this one for you.
We have our group chat, and we would send a song, and half the time people respond to it, the other half it's like no. So we got to the point where we're like, all right, instead of doing this, we're like nothing ever gets done this way. We just show up to practice, and the first half of practice is like, what do we want to do?
Yeah, who
and
did
then
what?
We'll just find a song, and then we'll learn it there at practice, and then that's
cool.
one of our songs now.
That's cool.
So.
You guys have like a rehearsal spot.
Yeah, our drummer Tommy's got a room in the basement of his house, so
Cool.
it's awesome set up.
Not like the old spot, Aaron's spot.
Yeah,
Those were.
I went there
days.
once.
Yeah,
Before it
those
became
were
the
days.
brewery, I went there once.
Yeah.
And then I think we learned cumbersome that night.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was cold. I'll tell you that. It was really cold.
Oh yeah, it could get like that. Yeah, our friend Aaron Stone, sound man extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
Had the rehearsal spot in Wallingford, pretty much.
Yeah.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge Sound for a while. It's now a brewery.
Yeah, we
You
were
guys play
actually
there?
playing there on Saturday.
Oh wow. Okay.
Saturday,
All right.
yeah.
all right.
Cheap plug.
Hey, that's cool.
Center Street Brewery, Wallingford, Saturday.
Center Street
What
Brewery,
time?
Wallingford.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Wow.
If there's not a foot of snow, we'll
Yeah.
see what happens there.
Oh.
Yeah,
is
weather
there supposed to be
pending.
snow?
Yeah, Mother Earth is just having dandruff again.
Yeah, so it's definitely weird because when we used to go there, we had a kind of like he had his bedroom area.
Yep.
So that's kind of where we play now in that area.
Oh right.
So
Oh wow.
yeah, it's kind
That's
of
heavy.
It's kind of funny to.
Yeah, yeah. Briefly, just for our family's sake. So, the Fernandes family. I've known you guys forever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Old time Wallingford, old Wallingford cronies. My brother-in-law, my sister and brother-in-law, the Quigleys, and the Fernandeses have been pals forever.
Forever. Yeah.
Forever and ever. So, I think probably the first band that I ever saw actually play in person, at least one of the first one of them was your dad, right? Ronnie.
Yeah.
Your dad, Ronnie, was the keyboard
Yep.
player, and Jeff,
Jeff was drums.
Uncle Jeff.
Yeah.
Right?
He's my
Drummer.
cousin, my dad's cousin.
Okay, your
And then
dad's cousin.
my uncle played the guitar, Rick or Derek.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know who the other guy was.
Yeah,
I never asked him.
yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
I remember going to somebody's basement when I was a kid, and it was Jeff, and I always watched Jeff because he was the drummer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow, So, yeah, the Fernandez family, always been. And then,
That's.
I don't know if I knew, but then I was like, oh, you're
Yeah, I don't know how
you're Ronnie's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad knew you when you were younger, and then you knew me when I was younger,
Mhm.
and then I actually talked to my dad today, and
Oh, cool.
he was like, I was like, how did you meet John Peckman? And he was like, I remember he used to go to your house.
Yep.
And I think he would cut your mom's hair,
Probably.
or
yep.
maybe your hair also.
Yo, yeah.
And he's like, I remember I was cutting hair in the kitchen one time, and he was playing drums in the basement.
Oh.
And I don't know how old you were, but he's like, he was playing "Fool in the Rain" by Led Zeppelin.
Oh.
And he's like, I couldn't
I was?
believe that this little kid was playing along to the song and it sounded that good.
I was lying. It was the record,
just
and I was
said it turned
no.
out
You were air drumming,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Oh, wow, that's
and
funny.
he's like, the part where the whistle kicks in and it changes tempo, he's like, he was spot on
Wow.
with that. And
I don't remember
I
that.
was like, so from that point on, yeah, so I always grew up like knowing John Peckman was the greatest drummer in the world. And
Yeah, world greatest drummer, world's greatest podcast host, world famous.
I always knew I'd make it.
there you
someday.
go.
Look at me now, Ma.
Yeah, check it out.
So, yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Always connected.
So how did you get into music?
Me? So I grew up, with my dad playing piano.
Yep.
Like my earliest memories are a Fender Rhodes piano in the basement
Mhm.
and him singing Desperado to me and Michael Be Good. He would
Oh,
change
yeah,
the
of
lyrics.
course,
And then when I grew
sure.
up, I heard Johnny Be Good and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a
I
minute.
thought that was my song.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And then teenage years, we got into classic rock and all that stuff. Went through the record collection and
Mm-hmm.
buddy of mine bought a bass. So I was like, oh, I guess I have to get a guitar now because that's the next
Not keys.
logical thing. No, I'd never now that I'm older, I'm like, why didn't I learn how to play keyboard? Because it's
Well, Oh, well.
would have been awesome. But
Yeah.
no, I grabbed a guitar and that was it. Just
Take lessons? Or
took
you
lessons.
Just kind of figure it
yeah.
out.
Yeah, I started at Joe's Guitar in Wallingford.
Pat Russo.
I started with Joe, not the owner Joe.
Oh,
but the
sure.
other Joe. I don't remember his name.
I think, yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, sorry. And then I switched over to Pat.
Cool.
And for years took lessons from him.
Yeah.
And he's the reason why I'm the reason why he has long hair now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
yeah.
What?
Because I
what
had long
happened?
hair back then down to my shoulders.
Okay.
And he was like, man, I think I'd look good with long hair. And I was like, dude, you probably, I mean, try it. You might as well.
He never had long.
He had short hair when I took lessons from him.
Oh yeah.
I forget if it was spiky or
I can't imagine you
shaggy.
with long hair.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Like Fabio's son.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it now. I got one last hurrah going on.
Yeah. Grow it out, buddy. It's going to take a while.
So every time I see him,
You're going to want it.
I'm like, man, you're still rocking the long hair. Good for you. It's been like 15 years now.
So he just said, "I'm gonna let mine grow."
Yeah.
That's
So,
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
took
gonna see
lessons.
Pat tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teach over there.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. His school's doing good. I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just got to the point where it was like, I got tired of learning things, and I would just like go there and be like, "Teach me this song," and he's like,
Yep.
"You could just do that on your own."
Sure.
And I was like, "All right, yeah, I guess we're done here."
Sure.
So
Sure. Far out. And then, bands. How did that all start?
So started probably middle school, high school. Started it with the same kid that bought Tyler. He bought a bass, and we were best friends. So we started playing. Brought in some other dudes. We started Ziggy and the Noise.
Okay.
That was like our first high school band. Played shows. I played all around town. The Space and
With
Hamden.
Mr. Porto, how'd you hook
No,
up with him?
Tom was in another high school band. Actually with our bass player now,
Okay.
Joey Quaggs, and a couple other dudes.
Is that Lights Out?
That was Social Body. Yeah.
Oh,
Going
boy.
Way back.
Oh,
Social
boy.
Body and Ziggy and the Noise were the two high school bands.
Yeah.
But we won best band in high school, so we were better than them.
Lyman Hall.
Lyman Hall.
Yeah.
Yep. All of us in Lyman Hall.
I graduated Sheehan. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
I was a Wilcox kid, but I was in all sorts of Lyman Hall videos. I'll tell you what.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I always skip school to go to Lyman Hall. I got caught out on their senior outing or whatever,
Oh,
their 8th
boy.
grade out, whatever it was. I
They're
went
like,
to their
you're
outing.
not even from here.
Because I wrote down Wilcox like an idiot.
Yeah, they're like,
And they're like, wait a minute, Wilcox isn't part of this. And then I actually had to get
oh,
arrested.
man. Stop playing volleyball right now.
Oh, no, I was actually doing the lip sync competition and the hypnotism at the time, and people were going crazy for me.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dan LaRosa, probably.
Maybe. This was
We gotta get him up here.
2002, so
Oh, that's so funny.
way back in the day.
Yeah,
You guys weren't even graduating yet. You were just starting high school.
No, yeah, we were 06, so
Wow.
yeah.
So tell us your musical
Uh,
history. How did it all
my
start?
uncle, Bobby, had a studio. You actually look a lot like my uncle Bobby, to tell you the truth, from back in the day.
Handsome guy.
Yes,
must
he
be.
was. He
Yeah,
still is.
gorgeous.
Everybody thought I was his kid because he has curly hair too, just like mine. But I would go over and sleep over at his house, and I would just get enamored in his little music studio, about half the size of this, with just guitars and drums and electric drums and all sorts of groovy things.
Yeah.
And that was basically it for me. And then I just started listening to music on the radio, you know,
Yep.
just normal stuff. I would just sit there and put it on and do my homework and start recording songs off the radio like you did as a kid,
Sure.
and play my games. And
And when'd you figure out, like, oh, hey, I can sing? For real?
when my brother Jeremiah told me I couldn't,
Oh, perfect.
basically,
Yeah, yeah.
I would sit there
You're
with
like, oh,
headphones
yeah?
on and I would sing. He's like, "You suck. You shouldn't be doing that." I'm like, "Okay." And then I picked up a guitar one day and figured it out on my own.
Oh, really?
I was like, "I'm going to enter the talent show this year because I made the bloody talent show."
Yeah.
And I just started singing. The crowd went wild. And then I had to learn something in high school for the one with the mask, the musical with the guy, the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, yeah.
I had to actually sing Music of the Night in front of my school because somebody
boy.
suggested it. Like, well, Joey's the one who can actually sing, so why don't we make him do it?
Oh, boy.
Oh man,
And they went crazy.
You still have it. Bust out the mask, yo.
I
at
don't
the
have
gig.
that thing anymore.
that's lame. We played Killing.
We can get one.
We played Killing in the Name of for our high school.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I
wow.
can do that.
We get a Phantom of the Opera mask in this room right now if we try hard
yes.
enough.
One band during the high school thing did do "Shove It" by Deftones, so that was pretty cool. I never heard that song before, and then I went home and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's the Deftones." And then I got into the Deftones,
Sure.
and then Tool, and then
Sure.
the heavy.
So they were the first band you were ever in?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I played guitar. We tried out a couple times for some bands here and there playing guitar because I could play rhythm pretty decently.
okay.
I
Yeah.
can't solo or nothing.
Yeah.
I tried out for another band
You
that
play
eventually-
guitar with them? He doesn't let you.
I play bass once in a while.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll switch
cool.
off with Joey.
that's
we'll do
cool.
Fight for Your Right.
That's
Pretty fun.
That's me. I want all the glory.
Yeah, no, I could play.
No, I've been asking for 6 years to buy a guitar.
This is
Just wanna
true.
do
He
it,
has
so.
been because I can play rhythm, but I can't do like heavy things. But
Oh, that's all right.
trucks first.
Well, the world needs stitch jiggers too, or whatever.
Yeah, but no, I tried out for a band that eventually became Novus Day. I want to say, or broke up from Novus Day and became another band.
Okay.
They tried out for them because they wanted to do something, but they ended up just not doing anything at all. So
Yeah, well, you made the right choice.
yeah, I was happy. That was years before I even knew they existed. You know what I mean?
okay.
I mean, I've heard of Down the Hatch, the band. I might have seen them once or twice.
Did you
but
ever see them? Oh, you
I
did,
may
you
have.
said
I may have because I used to go and see local bands all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was also more of a Cherry Street guy, no offense, because I liked heavy.
Yeah, sure.
I know his style is so different from ours. He's so much into the heavier rock, and
That's all right.
we're like, hey, you have to learn this Katy Perry song, and it's like,
No, I don't.
Whatever.
yeah, you do.
Hey, I
And
just
then
met you. This is crazy.
And then we play it out at a bar, and he's like, man, that was really good. And I'm like, yeah, see,
Yeah.
I know, right? The crowd
Yeah,
loves
I
it.
know.
That's how it goes. Like when we learned a really cool version of 1,000 Miles, and I'm like, this is gonna be so bad.
Yeah, right.
And then we play it out, and I'm like, oh my god, everybody
loves
loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when we did the Chicago Sam's thing, and we won that first one.
Yeah.
We started with that song, and the whole crowd just sang it back to us. We're like, yeah.
And everybody likes that song.
It's like, oh, it feels so good. You don't get. It's like the best high there is.
Right. So you don't care. You'll even sing that as long as.
I mean, I do Baby Shark. I'll bust out a line of Baby Shark here and there, and they're like, and people go crazy for it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Nothing wrong with that. That's okay.
Something wrong with that.
Well, there's something. Yeah, you're right. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Music is just a powerful tool that I use. And
Sure.
and another inspiration was also a former guest you had, Mr. Critelli. He was my English teacher for
Right,
6th
so
and
we'll get
7th
into
grade.
that. Okay, for Mr. Frank Critelli.
Yes, shout out Mr. C.
Yeah, yeah.
Come get a pizza.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So tell us about that.
Well, he was an English teacher for 6th and 7th grade, and he would use songs to help us figure out stuff. Like,
Right.
I knew what nouns and verbs and stuff in that were at that point in time. He's like, all right, I'm going to play you this song. Pick out as many as you can hear. And it was End of the World as We Know It.
Oh, wow.
And I'd never heard
Yeah,
that song before.
yeah,
I mean, it was
yeah.
96. It was
Yeah,
96,
yeah,
and I never heard it because I wasn't big into REM.
Sure.
I used to change the channel in that Andy put you down it,
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, me too.
And then he actually played some of his music in the class. Bottom's Dream was the one that I remember distinctly. Old song.
Yeah.
I could sing like the first 2 lines of it, but I just he was an inspiration. It's like you play music and yet you're also teaching as a full-time job, but you're actually going out there and doing gigs.
Yeah, that's cool.
And having fun. And I see you on stage, or I see videos of you on stage. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
it's
man,
nuts.
that's my English teacher.
Yeah, that's my teacher, man.
That's pretty cool.
Cool.
So I wanted to be like that.
Yeah.
Rock out, but still have like an everyday job, like a Clark Kent and a Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm sure he inspired more than just you.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Probably.
he inspired everybody. He's a great teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know him as a teacher.
He was a great teacher.
Cool.
He taught me about being a better person, if anything, too.
Yeah. Well,
He still comes to our shows?
You're thinking of Bob.
Oh.
You're thinking of Bernhardt.
Okay.
He was a former substitute teacher of mine.
oh, boy.
Yeah, he was a substitute in high school for his brother, who passed away a couple years ago. I want to say.
It's so funny. I was so bad at math. I used to stay after for math help so often that I got to know my math teacher as a woman. And by the time I was in my senior year, she was coming to my gigs. Because we would hang out after her trying to teach me math, and then she was cool. She was trying to figure it out. She's like, "Why do you, what's your home, what's your deal?" And I was in a cover band. I was starting to play out, and I just was burnt. I was playing and tired and couldn't figure it out. Oh, really? What kind of music you guys play? Next thing I know, there's Miss Madison at my gigs, coming to the gigs on the weekend. It was pretty funny.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but just the school, the intersection of school and gigs.
Yeah,
it happened.
We didn't have a music program in my high school because I went to Wilcox
Oh,
Tech.
right. Okay.
And
yeah.
Like I believe it was junior year, me and a couple other kids were like, we want to do something with music here. So how about you give us like a theory, like a after school theory thing
cool.
if they want to come in and do it.
Yeah.
And they turned it into like some sort of like chorus club thing, which was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
But I got to see Phantom of the Opera out of it. I got to perform a couple times in front of the school out of it. I don't know if they still had the music program after I left, but
Yeah, right.
it was called Drama Tech, which was stupid. You had to call it Tech something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, what are we even doing here?
Exactly.
That's funny. Yeah. So you got the gig coming up at the brewery.
Yes, sir.
How
Acoustic.
often do you play?
Well, since the plague,
Yeah. Yeah, right.
it's-
Good question.
it's a little different. We've done a lot more private gigs over the last year.
Oh yeah?
We did
Private stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Make the transition to wedding band.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was fun.
I'd love to do that. It's
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Right. It's so much fun. You got
Yeah.
a built-in crowd, and they're all there to party. So
Yep.
what
And
could be wrong with
It's
that?
usually an open bar.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So,
better.
by the time we go on, it's time to do the thing.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Yeah. Well, that's kind of cool.
So we try to do like we do acoustic shows now.
Oh, really?
And like full shows. So we try to do like maybe 2 shows a month.
You're branching
every
out.
other
It's
month.
not just the rock and roll down the hatch.
So the acoustic ones are nice because they're just simple and fun, and you just sit there and play guitar for 3 hours and
have a good time.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
and
Cool.
Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah, man.
Far out. All right. What else you want to get into? We're not even halfway there, man.
we're out of stuff.
Yeah, right. We already talked about everything.
Came in hot.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
Let's
All right.
see.
Well, we have the gig coming up on Saturday,
Yeah.
and then I believe we're doing a Double Play Cafe in Wallingford on the 19th of February.
Okay. Yep.
And after that, I believe we have nothing. So if you want to book us, hey.
Yeah.
At downthehatch.com, downthehatcht.com.
Promote it.
Yeah, we have a website, a .com.
Yep.
Mike does a lot of the technical stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of our art designs for our flyers and whatnot,
Oh, that's cool.
which are always like really fun to look at.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you come up with these ideas, but they're always like new, you know?
Yeah.
Just in my brain. It's just just what I like doing.
Yeah. I pretty early on in the pandemic, I think when we were still on lockdown, you guys did My Hero by Foo Fighters all individually, and that I really needed that. I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah, we for a while we were like not practicing and just scared to leave the house, and it was like, all right, what can we do? Because I have kids, so if I'm not playing in the band, I'm really not playing, unfortunately. So I was like, I just need some kind of outlet. So let's just make something up. So I must have seen someone else do it online somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Goldfinger was doing it at the time.
Yeah.
I believe
really?
so, yeah.
So I was like, guys, we can do this. Just everyone sit down.
Yeah,
We'll all make sure we like play along to the same version so the tempo is right.
Gotcha.
And then just film it on your phone and send it in to me, and I'll
sync it up.
I'll sync it up, and it was super easy.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Yeah, we did a couple of those. We did that. We did I'm Not Okay. It didn't really come out too well because I messed that up. That was on me.
My Chemical Romance song.
Yeah. And then
that
we did
was a tough one.
we did the Trump check,
Trump check.
which
I don't know. I don't know.
so
I might
when
have
we
missed
first
it, too.
got the $600 stimulus check, I got mine in. I cashed it. As I walked out of the bank, I was like, Trump check, woo. And from there, it just like stayed in my mind the whole day. So I wrote an entire parody to DuckTales.
The DuckTales show.
And
I missed that.
and we made a little video out of it. It's not safe for work. There's a couple of swears here and there, but it's funny. Mike did a great job editing it.
That's fun, man. Yeah, we try to have fun. Everything we do, it's like, we're not a serious rock band. It's like, we're a cover band, and we play fun songs, and everything we do has to have fun. Something fun going on with it.
Might as well.
I wore a grass skirt for these people because it was fun, you know. For a luau party we had this year.
Oh boy!
And we also did the garage show like around 6 months in,
or
maybe 3 or 4 months in.
I remember that too.
That was our first time getting together. Yeah. Tom Porto, our drummer, he owns his family owns Porto Sicko on Route 5, Wallingford.
Yep.
So we were like, let's just get together down at the garage because it's a big open space and put all our equipment together and played a full show. We played 2 full sets. Yeah, played 2 full sets.
3.5, 4 hours almost. And
that was interesting because that was our first live.
You just streamed it?
Yeah, we streamed it live on Facebook.
We opened up the doors for the garage and just let it air out and started playing. We had like one person across the street, and then we had another guy and my brother pulled up in their cars and they sat there. And then
cool.
Like halfway through the first set, we see the stream of people walking down the road because their windows were open and they must have just heard music.
Yeah.
So they all came down and
play it, they will come, right?
Yep. And they all came down and we had a grand old time, and it was maybe 15, 20 people. Definitely not a legal time to have it, but
cops never came.
Nah. I mean, we were hoping
you were ready. Yeah,
we were ready. Yeah. Like, bro, come on, awesome. You need this.
You can't stop the rock.
We need this in our lives right now.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, that was a good time. We did one of those. We did I think we did one at the brewery at one point in time last year. We didn't get to play a lot last year.
Yeah, sure.
Or the year before that.
Yeah, nobody did.
It's been weird. It's been nice getting back out there though.
Yeah.
It's definitely strange, but
yeah. I hear you.
And now with everything opening back up, we can actually book shows if we can, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's getting there. We're getting back to it, hopefully.
Yeah. I think we are. I think we kind of are. When did you get into the karaoke business? I think you were in it before I was.
Cheesy, crazy.
Like
so about 2008 or 9,
okay.
I used to go down to the Groggy Frog every Thursday. My friend, oh my God, I'm going to have a brain fart on her name. She's going to hate me for it. Whatever.
Uh-oh.
It was me, Brian, and Stacy.
Drop it in.
Stacy,
Drop it in later. Oh.
Yeah, me, Brian, and Stacy. And the guy working there was Joe. And he's like, well, I'm only here for 2 more weeks. I mean, if you want the job, it pays $50 every night you do it. The stuff's already here and set up. You're fine and dandy. I'm like,
Yeah, might as well.
I'm already here all the time. Just teach me how to use the computer.
Yep.
Drag and drop, play. Started doing it
Yeah.
there. They liked me a lot. The boss man liked me a lot. So he was like, hey, can you cover here and there? I'm like, yeah. And he was like, well, do you want to start doing gigs? Well, a bar just opened up in Meriden. They're looking for karaoke.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I could
yeah.
do it, and I know the owner. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when I started over at Scotty O'Boyle's. And
Right.
so I started doing it, about 12, 13 years ago.
Wow.
Not that long. And then the plague hit, and I had to put it on hiatus.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah. I've covered a couple times since then for good old Uncle Davey.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Which means I can
JP.
cover for you because I know your system.
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, definitely. No, you're on the list, as you know.
You're on the list.
Yeah. And then the Village Barn.
Yeah, the Village Barn. I was working before them. I was working over at Maloney's actually.
Okay.
For Greg Maloney, and me and him had I'm not going to get into the details of it, but a falling out.
Oh boy.
And so I left, and then Scoob, Big Rob Wanta, who works at the Village Barn.
I don't know if I know.
Oh, he's the big guy who works at the barn.
Okay.
He would come on Sundays because they were so slow over at the barn. They'd close up early and come to me.
Right, sure.
So now he's like,
So just bring it here.
yeah, and he's like, dude, just bring it here. We'll do it here every Sunday now.
Yeah.
And at first, it really wasn't kicking off. And then like Memorial Day weekend or something, everybody had that
That's
Monday
usually
off,
what
and they were going to can me.
Yep.
And I'm like, just give me the ball, and let me run with it. And we banked a lot that
Yep.
night.
Yep.
So ever since then, it's like
Then the
that was the
word
spot
gets
to
out.
go to.
Yeah.
Sundays, every
Yeah.
Sunday at the Village Barn. Come on down.
I used to walk. I
Yeah.
used to live over there.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, I would walk over to the barn.
Yeah.
Check it out.
That was one of the perks about having him join the band. It was like, yeah, we got this great singer, and then we had this whole crew that he knows from karaoke.
Yeah.
Start coming to our shows, and we're like, oh, okay, that's awesome. Not only
Oh, yeah.
do we have a
Yeah,
great
so now
singer, but
it's
now-
not just like, me bringing a voice. It's me bringing people who actually want to come see me in a band because they've been telling me for years, you got to join a band, man. Why don't you
you're
join
like,
a band?
Watch me.
When I met Uncle Davey, the first thing he said to me was like, you need to join a band.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, after singing a Beastie Boys song.
Yeah, right. Well, no, but that's cool. I mean, Dave D knows. He knows. So
Yeah, Davey D knows. He sees talent. He's like, that's got talent.
Yeah,
right there.
No, Dave's great.
And he'll tell you. He'll be the first to tell you.
Yeah. I've known Dave forever, ever.
Same. I mean, not forever, but 15 years. So
Yeah.
it's a long time.
Yeah, it's killer.
Yeah. I just like to sing, and that was the one thing I knew I could do. I knew I could sing, and I always wanted to try to be a pro wrestler. Those are the two things I wanted to do with my life.
All right. When's the wrestling part start?
That was
Better hurry up.
Oh, geez, the wrestling part started in way back in the day. That was like 96, 97.
Yeah.
When Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, and then WCW, the NWO.
None of this means anything.
Nothing.
No,
But I'm happy for you.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad.
And the wrestling songs. I mean, I learned a lot about Jimi Hendrix from wrestling.
Is that how? Why?
The NWO, baby, the NWO.
I don't even know what that means. So
The
what,
New
World Order?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, really?
It was a wrestling faction back in the late
Hogan.
90s.
Hulk Hogan.
And Hulk Hogan was the head of it. And he would come out to Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix,
Oh.
Slight Return.
Oh, Dave's. I'm the only one that doesn't know anything.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, Hulk Hogan. I mean, he sucked. I'm a Macho Man guy, to tell you the truth. But
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, and the entire NWO theme was all just like little snippets of Jimi Hendrix songs spliced together here and
okay.
there,
Yeah.
So you were like, "What's this all about?"
Yeah, and then my brother Jason gave me a Jimi Hendrix CD because Hogan would come out to it, and I got into Jimmy.
Gotcha.
So that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then music was just like that. A lot of the WCW themes were just like remixed and almost bastardized versions of songs on the radio. Like
Yep.
Diamond Dallas Page would come out to a just slightly remixed version of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're kind of getting it from that angle too.
Yeah, and then I hear it, I'm like, I know that song, and then, or you don't know the song, and then you hear it on the radio the next day on like 104. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
so that's what he comes out
That's
to,
that thing.
you know?
Yeah, that's
And that would happen a lot with me.
there's been so many times where he's been like, how about we do this theme song for this wrestler that 5 people have heard of?
And you're
I'm
like, dude, that's "Hey Jude" by the Beatles. Like, what do you like?
No, man. I mean, I went to my first real show was ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, at the Sting in New Britain.
Oh,
do you remember that
sure.
place?
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I went there for a wrestling show, and they all came out.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
they
it was.
had a ring at the.
They had a ring, and they would come out to actual songs back then too. Like I had never heard
in the
these
middle
songs.
of a dance floor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bam Bam Bigelow would come out to Welcome to the Jungle. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool. The Sandman came out to Enter Sandman and did his whole thing. And they all came out to actual music.
Wow.
And a lot of it I didn't know, and then I learned that stuff. You know, I didn't know Man in the Box back in '98.
Sure.
But then I saw Tommy Dreamer come out, and I'm like, I want to learn that song. And I learned Man in the Box.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Wrestling at the Sting. I had no idea.
Yeah, it was one time too.
Wow.
Rob Van Dam was thrown over my head to the 4th row, and I'm sitting there as a 13-year-old boy just before my 14th birthday, like, I'm in love.
This is awesome.
This is the greatest thing. I can pinpoint the date, the time, and everything.
People sitting on the stage? How did they
Yeah, actually they were.
Yeah,
They had a
must
little
have been.
entranceway over by the staircase. I think they would come down the staircase.
So crazy.
And they would come to the ring, like round and into the ring. But I was front row.
What
and
year
the
was
stage was
this?
on my left. This was January of 98.
Okay. Wow, this thing was still around?
Yeah, January 98. I think
Wow.
it was done a little bit after that.
Okay. Wow.
I want to find that show so
That's
bad.
crazy. I bet it's got to exist. Well.
Oh, yeah, I found it. I can find it
Oh,
on
really?
the network, but I think I got to buy like 11 other DVDs. And I'm not doing that just with the first one.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's how it influenced me in music too, you know?
Yeah.
It's a whole big spectrum of
Wrestling
things.
and music.
There's a theme that went #1 on Spotify and iTunes recently for a guy. Just a regular old wrestling theme.
Wow. See, I didn't know any of this. See, this is why this is cool.
Ah,
This is a whole other thing.
man, rock and wrestling have been going together since Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper,
That
man,
is
and Captain Lou
Captain
Albano
Lou.
was the father in
Captain
the
Lou.
video.
Yeah.
You know, and she was on like the first couple of WrestleManias. They loved her.
Yep.
She's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, man.
Wow. That's a whole thing.
Yeah,
I
rock
don't
and
know.
wrestling
I just-
Saturday
yeah.
mornings.
I just watched it for a couple years when I was young. And
That's the thing. I never got out of
that's
it, you know.
That's
Yeah,
it.
well, everybody's got something.
And then I got to actually touch a ring and like, you know, bounce on a ring and go in a ring and fall down and take pictures with a champion.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll come in and out of it. You know, when I was little, 98, 99, the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
I was super into
That was
it.
getting into the
And,
heyday of it.
Yeah. But I'll check in every couple of years or so.
Yeah, I think I watched a
see what's
WrestleMania
going-
with you
Yeah,
recently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have
just
no
can't-
idea about any of that.
Can't keep up with it.
You can get a lot from wrestling. It's more than just, you know, guys in spandex with no pants on fighting over belts. They have
Wow.
good music too.
Wow.
Extremely good
Yeah,
music.
I had a drum student that would come in with, same deal.
Yeah.
I want to learn this song. Oh, okay. Yeah, and be learning songs, wrestling songs.
cool.
Yeah, I'd make my uncle play him for me on his guitar. Like, play the Bret Hart song. He's like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
so
right,
he plays it. He hears it. And he's like, all right.
And he's like, this is a Megadeth song. Like it exists or
Something like
whatever.
that. Yeah.
Basically.
He's like, this is Joe Satriani. What are you talking about?
Wow. Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, why not? Everybody's a fan
Yeah.
of something. I realize as we get older, it's like music that I liked when I was younger is in all movies or Netflix shows now because I'm like, oh yeah, we're old enough to be running things.
Yeah.
So it all anyway.
Yeah.
These things happen.
Yeah. I say it every time. If I were to go deaf tomorrow, I would not want to live the rest of my life because I need music in my life.
Oh yeah.
I learn something new about music every single day.
What'd you learn today?
That guy who does Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, he
Yep.
really, really likes the Music Man.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Do you recall? Do you watch Family Guy?
No.
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you remember the episode where Tom Brady's there on there and Peter joins the Patriots?
Yep, I do.
And then he does that big song and dance number, Shapoopy. That's
Yeah,
an actual
Shapoopy.
song and dance number from the Music Man.
Okay.
I saw the video the other day. I'm like, what?
Wow. That's so funny.
And there's a video of him just singing Trouble in River City,
Yeah.
which is a good song.
another thing.
These
I don't
are our band practices in between songs.
know. Yeah. Well,
we
that's
just
fine.
stand there and stare at him while he tells us random stories.
That's
that we have
fine.
no
Yeah.
idea what he's talking about.
Sorry, it's legal now.
No,
so
it's fine. We
I'm
love
not. I don't know musicals. I don't know the
legal.
music.
I love everything. I
Really?
love a little bit of everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, like,
I like to think I do, but I don't know anything about musicals.
if I ever go out and I see him doing karaoke, he's singing big band music and
Yeah, right.
Dean Martin.
I've
and
seen that.
I'm like,
for sure.
what is this song I've never heard before? And he's
Yeah,
over there
yeah.
just
Oh, he's good like that.
with his back to the lyrics, singing at my heart, and I'm like, wow, all right.
Yeah, that's just what I like to
Were
do,
your
man.
parents musical?
My dad was into good music.
Yeah.
He was into Native American music. He's like the walking, talking history of the Taino people.
Oh,
And he would
wow.
do Taino music, which is
Wow.
really fun. He still carves drums. My mother can't keep a beat to save her life. Can't sing
Wow.
to save her son's life. Tell you that.
And you have brothers and sisters?
I have 2 older brothers.
Are they musical?
Jason, my brother Jason, is
The one who
super.
said you could never sing.
Nope, Jeremiah said
Okay,
that.
all right.
Jeremiah is the bum. You're a bum. Hope he sees this. No,
texting him
Jason.
right
Jason was always on top of music. He was huge into Pink Floyd. He's like, you gotta listen, bro. Duh. That's an
yeah,
accurate representation of how he sounds.
Sure.
And he took me to like my first wrestling show, took me to my first concert, took me to
yeah.
all the firsts of everything.
He's
He's like, you need to listen to this song, and he'd play something for me, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
He also picked up a guitar. He thought he was going to be the greatest guitarist in the world.
Sure.
Greatest this. Now he's actually remixing old like tape trader albums and making them sound cleaner.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He's just got his
Yeah.
his license from the studio broadcast or whatever. He got
Oh,
his
okay.
broadcasting license finally.
Oh wow. So that's a thing.
Yeah, and at 51.
Hey.
Yeah.
So still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Living a version of the dream.
Hey,
That's what I always. When people live the dream, I'm like, I'm living a version of it.
Yeah.
Whatever
You
you
know.
want it to be.
he's getting to where he wants
It's
to be
in
and
there.
happy.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. The dream's in there
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah. Far out.
Far out, man.
So we know your family was musical.
Yeah. Same thing. My mom couldn't sing. The famous story is when I was a baby or little, she would sing to me, and I would say, "Mom, please don't sing to me." So I think I can't sing. I'm not a great singer. So Joey G's helped me tremendously to do background vocals and harmonize and stuff like that. So I do what I can, you know.
The other dudes
Try
in
to
the band sing?
fill the space.
Tommy does a little background here and there too.
Yeah.
Joey, we really got to twist his arm to do anything. And
Oh.
really, it's just Beastie Boys right now. So I get on the bass.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
only 3 notes. I can do that.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah, but no, I'm just a guitar player.
Yeah.
I don't play anything else. I
Yeah.
can play the bass, but you know,
Yeah.
I can't play drums to save my life.
Oh.
Can't really play the piano. And I can't really play the guitar either. I just do what I can, you know.
Faking it. That's what we're talking about. It's the moral of the story. Is fake
Right.
it.
Yeah. You just do what you can. Who are some of your favorite guitar players? Who are your inspirations?
Favorite guitar player. So yeah, you know, I went through my dad's record collection and found all those classic rock guitarists, and Jimi Hendrix was definitely the first, and super big into him. I think Stevie Ray Vaughan is probably my number one.
Sure.
As soon as you put him on, you know it's him.
Yeah,
It's just incredible.
Yeah, I was there actually. I'm
Yeah.
old enough to remember when that
But
happened.
no, I wasn't. So what year did he die? Do you remember? He was mid 80s.
90,
Oh, 90.
I think 90 or
90.
91.
So I was,
Right up in there.
I was born in 88, so
yeah.
I had. You know,
No, even I, as a drummer, the impact.
I remember my dad being super down about that, about Stevie Ray Vaughan passing away. He loves Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, we're gonna look it up right now.
you know, I mean, like you put on Scuttlebutt, and it's like, how do you even think of that? Like, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, classic rock. It's funny though. The older I get, the less I like classic rock. I don't know what it is.
Really, what are you into? What's your
Now it's
1990? He died in
90.
August.
Okay.
What's your thing now?
Man, now I have such a horrible taste in music right now.
Really?
Awful.
Wow.
Like, you know the Spotify thing? You get like the Wrapped at the end of the year, and it comes out and it tells you like the most listened to artist.
Nope.
Oh, well, on Spotify, that's what they do.
Sure.
So yeah,
too old for
Taylor
that.
Swift was
Yeah.
mine. I listened to a lot of Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, she's cool. She's
Yeah,
a
that's
songwriter.
yeah.
She's
I
pretty.
think it's funny actually because growing up, my dad listened to a lot of Carole King.
Oh right.
So
okay.
female songwriter, I think.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
So
Taylor
that's your
Swift is
thing.
my thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
was-
Such a weird collection of
cares?
music.
If
Today
you-
was a Fleetwood Mac day. I listened to Fleetwood Mac all day.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Not, I mean, I like some songs, but
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
really big on Fleetwood.
Not your
Stevie
thing.
Nicks and they're spinning around gets me dizzy.
Yeah.
So you know the story of them performing at Trodden
I do.
So I just
Well, you tell me.
I don't know it. I just found out about it like maybe a year or two ago. And I called my dad and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, "You were around for this. What was this about?" And he's like, "I don't know. They just played it."
Yeah.
So how do you know how that came about? Or
I don't know actually. I pieced it together. So all right, this would
like
have been
77, I think.
probably
So they're
before Rumors. Okay,
Okay.
so in between the first Fleetwood Mac album with them and Rumors.
yeah, okay.
So that would have been 76, 77. And
I think it's 77.
something like that. Yeah. So Trodden also was a studio in Wallingford, like full service, like a real studio. I think they had some kind of hookup. They could do simulcasts there for the radio.
Oh,
Okay.
Like you could, you know what I mean? Like you could go live to a small audience because it was a decent sized room.
Okay.
And
I've
so,
never heard this story.
And so they were passing through and they did, a live, we have this band, I don't know how, they didn't blow up in the Fleetwood Mac way that we're thinking yet.
Yeah,
Stevie
true.
and Lindsay were new. And so
75.
Okay. Yeah. So they played at Trod. They had dinner at Yankee Silversmith. I
Right.
somehow figured this
Hey.
out. So here's the thing. So they played, and I have it. The recording,
Yeah.
obviously, everything surfaced, and it's great.
Yeah,
And
I
they're
listened
really
to the whole
cool.
thing,
I mean,
yeah.
Mick Fleetwood's one of my favorites. But so then what I did not realize, and then I put 2 and 2 together. So if you look at any, you won't care about any of this. Mac,
No, I want to hear the
Just
story.
sit there and think about wrestling.
If you
We'll get
look
back to
at any of their publicity photos from that era where they're in the studio, where they have headphones on, but it's from Trod Nozzle.
Okay.
And I've seen those pictures my whole life and never realized until I was like, well, wait a minute. And then whenever I figured that out, the next time I went to Trod, I was like, oh, that's the Gobo. There was a Gobo is like a half wall that's portable that you put around the drums or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's the Gobo. And then next time I went to Trod, I was like, it's still there. Those are the headphones. That's the Gobo.
That's cool.
This is Trod.
Yeah.
And then I should actually do this someday on YouTube. There's photos of them from that same era lounging around this vintage car. They're like outside. And it's right outside it. It's the building next door to Trod.
Okay.
Like I'm looking at the photos, I'm going, that looks familiar. It's like right across from Food Bag.
Oh, okay.
And if you go, you could, I'll do this on
It's a
YouTube.
small world.
You could totally, you're like, yeah, that's that right there. Then I found another picture where I actually could zoom in on the car and it was a Connecticut plate. And I'm like, yeah, this is here.
Yeah.
Didn't really realize that or care.
A little bit of history of this town, though.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, hey, Wallingford.
It's Wallingford, man. Wallingford's weird like that. Wallingford's such a small town.
Yep.
I think it's funny that, because I feel like I'm the next generation from you, and you,
Sure.
My dad, who was that generation. So
I'm old enough to be your dad. Don't rub it in.
No, not really.
No.
You would have been a young dad. That would have been awkward.
I probably am a young dad.
That you know of.
Who knows?
So just the meeting people and then finding out that my band in high school recorded at Horizon Studios with Vic Steffens, and I've been listening to your podcast, and you're like, yeah, Vic Steffens gave me
Vic's
lessons.
my number one.
So I'm like, oh, okay, he was just the guy that owned the studio that I recorded at when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
The layers of who knows who, and when you find it out, Bob Hemingway, remember I told you about that the other night?
Yep.
Just a guy that I kind of randomly met, and he used to manage a band you were in back in the day, and it's just so everything's connected.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
At least to some degree, in a certain swath, all roads are going to lead back to Vic.
Yeah.
He was there. Do you know Vic?
No, I not really know.
But yeah, for a certain period of time, everything kind of leads back to his scene. So yeah, that's Vic.
Yeah,
it's pretty heavy.
I could see that being a case of my uncle because he was in a band for a while. Him and Ron LaChapelle and a couple other people.
Okay.
Yeah, Chico and Friends.
Okay.
They were around for a while. That's what they were called. They were just called Chico and Friends.
Cool.
And
Why
then
not?
Uncle Bobby, Uncle Chico.
Yeah.
They made their own music. They covered a little bit here and there, but
That's cool. Played around.
Yep, they were on Public Access one time. I saw them on that.
Hey.
Got them on TV. That's
cool.
my uncle, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're on a channel that nobody watches.
Well, no one's gonna watch this either.
That's a lie. We're gonna swim this one around.
You got Down the Hatch on the podcast. People are gonna
Yeah,
watch it.
man.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah.
Big deal, bro.
Hey.
Down the hey now.
Oh yeah, make sure you. Yeah, that's fine.
Got the logo on there.
Why not?
I don't have a logo on me.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
Right.
It's all Wallingford.
I
You know
know.
what I found out too? This is funny. Is when I was a kid. So Oakdale, or whatever they call it now.
Yeah.
It's the Oakdale.
But if you're from Wallingford, it's Oakdale.
It's
There's
Oakdale.
a theater for people who don't know.
Oakdale and
What would
Meadows.
you say? What's the capacity? Like 6,000?
Yeah, 5,000, 6,000, right in
Something
there.
like that.
I'll be the.
Yeah, you look it up.
I'll be the
So
information
They've held a
guy.
wrestling show in the dome of the Oakdale. Hey,
that's
bringing
right.
it back around
yeah,
again.
the dome.
The dome.
So, but back in the day, Oakdale was like a tent. It was like a circular.
Yeah.
It was a circular tent. And when I grew up, you would always hear, "Oh Christ, they had Led Zeppelin up there. You could hear it all over town. They were so loud. You could, blah, blah." And I'm like, Led Zeppelin never played at Oakdale. And then you would hear, the Who played at Oakdale. They were so loud. The Doors played at Oakdale. And I would hear all this stuff growing up. And when I got older, I would be like, they never played. These people are. It's actually true.
Yeah.
Now you can just look it up,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh yeah, look, Led Zeppelin played there.
Yeah. My first show at the Oakdale was 2002, and it was Leonard Skinner
Yeah, there
and
you
Dickie
go.
Betts.
Oh, wow.
Right. Yeah.
And then 20 years later, they ran the same show there too.
Hey,
5,000.
5,000. Yeah.
You're
I've seen a
close.
few shows
That's
there.
good.
Yeah.
Not a lie. I'm more of a Webster guy.
Okay.
So I would go to the underground, see the heavy bands like Typo Negative and Mindless
I
Self-Indulgence.
love Typo. Typo is one of my favorite bands.
You know what? That was my first show ever, and I gotta disagree with you. I thought they were boring.
I never saw them. I love Typo's records.
I thought they were. I didn't like the show itself. I'm very happy I went because I got to see Cold Chamber for the first time, and they blew my mind.
Wow.
And then Mindless Self-Indulgence, who I've seen 4 times.
Okay.
You may not like their music. That's definitely not safe for the podcast.
Yeah, right.
Saw Godsmack 4 times, Tool twice.
Yeah,
you know, Deftones 3 times.
All at the Webster.
Yep.
That's heavy.
At the Webster. Or first at the Webster, and then I'd see them somewhere else.
Yeah,
but everybody I saw at the Webster first.
That's heavy.
Static X.
Tool at the Webster.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oakdale, they all played at Led Zeppelin at
Maybe
Oakdale.
not Tool. Yeah.
The Who back in the day in '68.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's pretty cool.
Hey, and when I was a kid, my dad did parking at the Oakdale. Look, there you go. There's another one.
It all comes back around.
He might have parked Led Zeppelin.
He might have.
Probably did.
I wasn't around then though, so.
No. I was, but barely. I saw.
Now we have Limp Bizkit at the Oakdale.
Did you really?
They had Limp Bizkit like about a month or 2 ago.
Oh, okay. So recently.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Then he went right back off tour because of COVID.
Oh wow, that's heavy. I saw probably in '96 or '97. This was a big deal. I saw Prince at Oakdale. You know, I was like, oh, I'm going. And I remember even back then, tickets were $100.
Jeez.
It was just like, oh, well.
That's a lot for back then.
I went. Me and Paula went. I was just like, if Prince is going to be in my hometown, I'm going. And it was amazing.
That's how I feel about Paul McCartney right now. And it's
Yeah,
like
right.
if he's playing a show anywhere where I can get to, I'm going.
Did you ever see him?
I will sell my children. I don't
Did
care.
you ever see him?
No.
I saw him once.
Yeah.
Saw Paul McCartney at Madison Square Garden back in, with Abe, within the last 15 years or so.
Yeah.
And it's so heavy because you get scared in between songs because you don't know what's coming.
Right.
You're just like, you go, yay, and then you're just kind of like, oh God, oh God.
Don't play Wings.
Yeah, right. But no, because he'll do something that'll make you cry. You're like, here it comes.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh no, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
What's he going to do? And all of a sudden he'll just start playing, here, there, and everywhere. And you're just like, oh, I'm trying not to cry.
I know.
Try not to cry.
If he busts out Blackbird, I'm done. I'll leave. I'll be like, that's my life. That's all I need to hear for music for the rest of my life.
It's crazy. Yeah, it gets like that.
Yeah, I'm a Beatles guy.
Who does that for you? Are you a Beatles fan like that?
No. I was a Pink Floyd guy.
Okay. Yeah.
And I saw Roger Waters once. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I went with at the time my nephew was like 5 or 6 years old, and he was only brought up on Pink Floyd stuff like that. So when he released The Pig into the Sky, he's like, "Dad, look at the pig."
Yeah, there it is.
He saw him once, Australian Pink Floyd 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, sure.
They do a great job.
Do they? I've never seen it.
Oh, they did the wall in its entirety with like a whole background of a wall just building itself up and all these crazy images. And then they came back out afterwards and did another 2 hours of best ofs.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I've seen them once.
They were great.
They played Oakdale.
I fell asleep.
Right? Saw them at the Oakdale, and I think I saw them at the Meadows too.
Okay.
I fell asleep.
I've only done that at one show, and I think it was
Typo.
It just got.
I had to stand at that.
Gets a little too jammy in the middle there.
It was
it's a little too spacey.
Oh God, I want to say it was either Sum 41 or somebody else.
Oh, wow.
I fell asleep at one of the first 104 fests.
Wow.
Because it was boring, or because you were tired, or
I was half bored, half tired, and I think I put my foot through a nail at that point in time, so my foot was killing me.
So you're just like, I'm gonna sleep my way
done.
through this pain.
I was just done with it. I was ready to go home. I was there with my ex-girlfriend at the time. Like, this is just.
Yeah. I got sorry, but like people love. I mean, everybody loves something. People love this band. I got dragged to the show and I almost fell asleep. Everyone's like, "Oh man, sorry."
Dave Matthews.
No, no. The hate would keep me awake. King's X. Don't care.
Never heard of him.
Don't care. And I got dragged to a show and I just was like, they were great. I mean, I'm not, but I just like, when's this over? I don't care. I stopped caring.
Wow.
I stopped caring.
I don't think I've ever not cared about a show.
I almost fell asleep.
Let's revisit that Dave Matthews take.
I'm not big on
you don't want my opinion.
I want to know because I am a huge Dave Matthews.
Oh,
I like a handful of songs, but I don't really care much.
He's the most divisive group. Like it's either you freaking hate him and can't stand him, or
you just
his voice. It's his voice, right?
I just don't.
The songs.
As soon as I hear the soprano sax, I'm out.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
But how about Carter?
I have issues but like I say, don't ask me.
Well,
I have issues with
how
We gotta
much,
know
how
what's
much
in-
time do we got?
What's in your brain, man?
10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I won't ask anymore.
Oh God, Carter Beauford.
I'm not even sure who that is.
Drummer.
It's the drummer.
Wait, maybe I don't want to know because I love him so much. It might affect my.
No, look. See, we're talking about taste. I would never. I'm not gonna. I acknowledge the greatness. It's just not. It's not my thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
And I don't. I never actually. I don't know what it is, but there are some people I can just relax.
Yeah.
I can just go. But I'm just always like, why? There's got to be
Yeah, I get
somebody.
it.
And for some reason, I don't know why his drumming rubs me the wrong way. Although he's obviously skilled.
AC/DC for me.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
I can't.
Just
do
not.
It. It's too bro for me. I can't
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's like the same 4 songs every album.
It's just tough, man.
Yeah, yeah.
The vocals, like I appreciate what they did, but
It's just not your thing.
It's not my thing. Can't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's not?
Coldplay. Cannot stand it.
Yeah, sure.
Can't. It's just not my bag. I mean, I like one song, maybe that Paradise song. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't hate on anything. I'm not a hater. I find at least one
Yeah, yeah.
good thing to find about somebody.
Sure.
But I can't with them.
Coldplay's big in the Fern household right now with the kids. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Little kids like it.
Little kids are into it.
Yeah, yeah.
Far out.
Little kids and moms.
Yeah, yeah. Just no dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dads are into Metallica, man.
Wow.
Metallica and
Taylor
Boston.
Swift. And Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
I can listen to a Taylor Swift song that's like mashed up with a Tool song, and I can find one too.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only one I like. It's amazing how they did it.
Well, that's what.
I'm making Dave laugh over here.
I think it's just the way it is. Like Taylor Swift's one of those things. I don't dislike it. It's just
Yeah.
not for me.
Right.
Like I hear it and I
Yeah.
just go,
I don't want to make it sound like she's the only person I listen to.
wow.
No.
No.
I want to marry her.
But you're the thing that
I'm
you
still
listen to
kinda-
her the most on
Still
Spotify.
kind of cool.
I want to marry her and then divorce her and then have a whole album written about me.
Exactly. There you go.
Sure.
That's all she writes about. Is just how she's mad at every dude she ever dated.
That's all
It does,
right.
it does get a little annoying.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like a TV show that's always like, you have the one thing that happens here, and then it always comes back around again. It's like a cop show where they have like one little storyline that kind of threads its way through, but it's always the same bulk of it.
Yeah, sure.
Big cop talk and track
Yeah.
them down and scramble the units.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. That would be the name if you guys ever made an album, Down the Hatch. Scramble the Units. That's the name of the band. That's the name of the album.
should
Scramble
be.
the Units.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know.
I dare you.
All right.
We have to make original music for that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's
You
not
guys-
that
you
we
guys
have
write?
anything against it.
You have original music ever?
We've jammed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, we never really tried. I mean, my high school stuff was all original music.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I try to
Wow.
write stuff, but it's just
Not everybody.
like I know so many songs now that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
play something and I'm like, oh, that's that song.
That's
So
already
It's
that.
like
Yeah.
Everything I write ends up just being a parody of another song.
Yeah, right.
Because I loved Weird Al.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're making a biopic on Weird Al. Did
I
you know
know,
that?
that's what I heard.
And they're
I
gonna
did.
have Harry Potter play him.
Oh, boy.
He
That's
looks
heavy.
like him almost.
I saw Weird Al. I took my young nephew to see
Lucky.
Weird Al at the Bushnell when he was, I don't know when this would have been. My nephew loved Weird Al, and he's a little kid. And me and Paula took him, and it was great.
Dude, I love Weird
It
Al.
was
You could have
great.
taken me and I would have had a good
It
time.
was, yeah, right. No, it was a great show. Me and Paula were like, this is great.
Yeah, he does a bunch of costume changes and
Yeah.
whatnot, and
Yeah.
plays all the hits.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a talented guy.
There's a petition every year for him to do the Super Bowl.
Oh, man. How could that not have happened?
Right? Already. You're going to have like 5 or 6 rappers this year, which is going to be great, but how are you going to censor it?
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
other word out of their mouths
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
swear word half the
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting show.
Huh.
they did SpongeBob.
Weird Al for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. Petition that.
That's
Sign
what-
the petition.
SpongeBob was a couple years ago because there was a thing for SpongeBob. Remember?
No.
Was it last year
For
or
the
2
Super
years?
Bowl?
Yeah.
Well, Nickelodeon plays
SpongeBob
football.
doing the Super
Do you remember
Bowl?
it? Like there was like a thing going around that they wanted "Sweet Victory," it's a SpongeBob song.
I don't
and
know.
they
that
wanted
one.
him to be on it. So there was like a
No.
petition, and they like threw a
Are
little
they
clip of him in
aware
there.
that it's a cartoon?
Yeah, no, they like played
Can't
the
really
cartoon.
show.
I don't know.
You could do the Tom and Jerry thing or the Roger Rabbit thing, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
it's not going to be much on when you're watching
Yeah,
it.
they did it. I know they did it. I'm not going crazy. I was there.
I'd like to see that.
Crazy.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
What's your favorite halftime show?
Me?
Or do you watch Super Bowl?
I do. Yeah, yeah.
Steelers fan.
I mean, Prince would be the
Oh,
standout
absolutely.
for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
In the rain. I mean,
Yeah, that was crazy.
how did he plan that?
That's the
Yeah, I
one,
know.
that's the one that stood out to me. I don't know. I thought Bruno Mars was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Talented
that's
guy.
top for me.
Yeah.
Him and the Jersey boy there, the boss.
Oh yeah,
I'm
sure.
having a brain fart.
Sure. Bruce Springsteen.
Thank you. Yeah.
Jersey boy.
I had a brain fart. Sue me. He's
Sure.
like, hey, put down that chicken wing for 13 minutes because we're taking over.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
line.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
What was yours, Mike?
A favorite halftime? I have no idea. I don't pay attention.
You don't watch it halftime?
Not really.
Yeah.
It's just there. It's,
Yeah.
Lady Gaga was good.
Prince definitely is. I mean, on the stage being the symbol, like,
Yeah.
how cool is that?
Yeah.
He's just the coolest.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, I saw him twice. I saw him in Hartford in 89, 88, 89.
That's
It was
awesome.
in the round at the Civic Center. It was crazy.
That's cool.
That would have been nice.
It was
to go
wild.
to. That would have been a good
We're
show.
getting close to the end.
All right.
Let's ask the wrap-up questions. You know what they are.
Yeah.
Desert Island. We'll skip the music practice part because we don't care. Desert Island album. A few. 1 or 2 or 3.
Ixnay on the Ombre by Offspring.
Oh,
I could listen to that all day.
far out.
And the Scream 3 soundtrack,
Wow.
because there's a lot of good bangers on that.
Oh, wow.
Maybe the Daredevil soundtrack, a lot of good bangers on that one too.
Okay.
And it's just like, a lot of different stuff.
Interesting. Yeah. Go with that.
Desert Island album.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna
boy.
use the rest of the time.
Don't
to
tell
think
me you
about my
haven't been
answer.
thinking about this. You've been
No,
watching
actually, I
the
don't
show.
get to the end of your podcast. 'Cause
Good. Okay.
It's like the end of
Then
every
you don't
music
understand
podcast.
that we end with a pie fight. You never saw that.
I'm there for that. Let's see. My number 1 would probably be, I'll say, Blue Album by Weezer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I love that album.
Sure.
Anything Weezer.
Yeah. I would go with that. Saw them a few times too. Took my other nephew, my older nephew, to the Meadows.
Never seen them once.
Saw
Want
Weezer.
to.
Justin.
Justin. Yep. Dana was Weird Al. Justin was Weezer. I saw one time Foo Fighters and Weezer did a double bill in Bridgeport. At the time, I'm still a Foo Fighters fan. At the time, I was all about it, and I said, "Oh, Weezer." Weezer ran away with that show.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, they're
I
on
was
my
just
they're
like,
on my list.
Yeah,
Next time they're around.
really
Yeah,
good,
buddy.
really good. If you could eat one type or item of food every day for the rest of your life, it would be.
Oh, that's not safe for work.
Oh,
I don't know. Taco?
sure.
Cookies.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
okay.
Cookies.
Taco.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, cookies.
Yeah, Mexican burrito.
Yeah,
Love
me
it.
too.
I love it
Yeah, me
because
too.
you can change it up every time. It's not the
Yep.
same thing. You know?
Yep, that's the thing. Yep. Cool. All right. Got anything? Any last minute ads that you want to add? So you got your gig Saturday in Wallingford. This will probably air before then. We'll
Okay.
put this on.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturday.
that's good.
Saturday the 29th.
Saturday the 29th in
Center
Wallingford.
Street Brewery.
Yep. Right.
Uh,
back behind.
Just check out Down the Hatch.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Down the Hatch.
Down the Hatch
Instagram.
CT. Down the Hatch CT.
Yep.
Downthehatchct.com. You can actually book us, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool things.
They'll
He made
play
the
your
page look
wedding.
really good.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
play your wedding.
Yeah, we'll play your wedding. We'll play your bar mitzvah. We'll play
Yeah.
your quinceañera.
We'll play your bathroom.
Yeah.
We're taking a shower.
Yeah, man.
Why not?
Whatever.
Why not? We're thinking about doing it for Dave. We're just gonna show up in his basement and play for drummer's dad for his birthday without telling him.
Yeah.
It's like,
Now-
happy birthday, old man.
Yeah.
Now we
Play
can't
some
listen to the
doors.
podcast. so-
Oh no! Like he's gonna listen to like Dave knows what a podcast is.
Yeah. He'll
That
never
is true.
know.
Come on, Dave Porto.
Far out. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming.
Hey, we
I
appreciate the offer.
you.
Why not?
This is awesome.
Right?
World famous John Peckman podcast. Of course, I'm gonna come.
We talked about it at some point, and Joey rolled up to me at a karaoke gig a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Hey, what do I have to do to get on your show?" I'm like, "You just did it. You did. That's it. It just happened just now. You
Yeah.
just did it." So,
I just want to be famous, man. Like the
Yeah.
Puddle of Mud song says.
yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, you never know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
might as well give it a shot. It was fun.
if
Thanks for
nothing
having
else,
us.
we're archiving the history. This exists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People want to see you interact
Maybe.
and move in real life someday.
maybe they can come see us on Saturday, and you'll see
They
me
could-
move.
yeah,
I
they'll
tend
see-
to dance.
Yeah. Exactly.
Can't stand still when there's music. You just
Nope.
get into the groove of it.
That's right. World famous Joey G,
World famous.
lead vocals.
Thanks.
Mike Fernandes, guitar.
Not world famous. Just
Well,
Wallingford famous.
He's famous enough.
that's okay.
Yeah.
We're all
fine.
famous.
Yeah, we don't want to be famous.
No.
No.
All right.
No,
We're out.
unless the money comes.
Cool? Cool. John Peckman Podcast. Connecticut Valley School of Dance. Portland, Connecticut. Come over the bridge. Go through one satellites. Look left. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe. We have hats. We have mugs. We have shirts. I don't know what else we have.
You have good looks.
Yeah, we got good luck. Down the hatch, boys. We're here.
Thanks.
They were here. You got it. See you guys again. That is all.
If you'd like to start your own podcast, give us a call at Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Our professionally designed podcast space is here for all your recording needs. Rent out our studio to do interviews with up to 4 people, to record audiobooks, social media content, and all other recorded material. Our rentals include a private studio along with our professional-grade podcasting equipment, and we can customize your output to whatever your needs are. We also have green screen capabilities, which will expand to video capability if you so wish. So check us out here at convalley.net/podcast.